Welcome to free awareness classes on Indian Constitution conducted by Tരണന Educational and Cultural Society through Irinjalakuda Vivekananda Civil Service Academy's YouTube channel every day. This is me, Mahesh MR. Today we are going to discuss about Article 48A of Indian Constitution related to directive principles of state policy. Actually, this article was added to Indian Constitution through 42nd Amendment Act 1976. According to this article, it is the duty and responsibility of the state to protect and improve the natural environment, forest and wildlife. First of all, try to understand why this article was added to Indian Constitution. For this, we have to start right from the consequences of Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution created too much pressure upon the environment. This was mainly started by the developed countries. Due to the more pressure exerted by the developed countries on environment, some of the phenomena like global warming and climate change occurred. This was realized by the world countries only in the years 1968 to 69. So, under the leadership of Swedish government, on 5th June 1972, the world countries met in Stockholm, that is Swedish capital. And they took various measures to control the phenomena of climate change and global warming. Also, they set up a United Nations Environment Program in Kenyan capital, Nairobi. The motto of this conference was only one earth. Later, in the year 1988, along with the World Meteorological Organization UNEP was set up IPCC. IPCC means Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And in this organization contained thousands of young scientists from different parts of the world. They associated this organization on voluntary basis and provided their recommendations to control the phenomena of global warming and climate change. On the basis of their recommendations, the IPCC started to publish IPCC assessment reports. So far, 6 of such assessment reports published by IPCC. The 6th one was published in March 2023. The first one was in 1990. On the basis of this first report, in the year 1992, the first Earth Summit was held in Brazilian capital Rio de Janeiro. On the basis of this meeting, this summit, 3 UN organizations were set up. The first one, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. This was constituted mainly to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide, which is the main cause for this climate change. And the second organization was United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity. This was to maintain biological diversity. And the third one was the United Nations Convention to combat desertification, to prevent the land to become deserts or desertification. And these organizations were held their meeting every year at various venues of the world. See, in the third COP meeting, the meeting conducted by these organizations were called COP meeting, Conference of Parties. The third COP meeting of UNFCCC that was held in Kyoto. Kyoto is a Japanese city in the year 1997. Here, the world countries asked developed countries to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide from the level of 1990 by 5.2%. And this was came to force from 2008 to 2012. And in the year 2012, an amendment was made in this provision. And this reduction of carbon emission increased from 5.2% to 18% during the period of 2013 to 2020, but only upon developed countries. So this was against the wishes of some of the developed countries. That's why Canada first and later USA withdrew from this organization. In the year 2015, the COP convention was held in Paris, and they took some of the decisions. That is what is called the Paris Climate Change Agreement. And they took decisions or measures what to do after 2020 to control the phenomena of climate change and global warming. And in this meeting, the member countries decided to participate all the developing and underdeveloped countries, which means now from 2021 onwards, all the countries have the responsibilities to protect our environment, and they have to take their own steps to control global warming and climate change phenomena. And you see here, when we consider about Paris climate change agreement, they decided to reduce or to maintain the increasing global temperature by 2 degrees Celsius from the industrial revolution period. That means prior to industrial revolution. And if it is possible, maintain it into 1.5 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, many coastal cities shall be submerged by the year 2014, including our Kochi, Mumbai, Kolkata. See, India also participated in these meetings. So, according to Article 253 of Indian Constitution, the treaty or agreement signed by India shall be implemented in any part of India or all country. Parliament has been given power to it. On the basis of this article, in the year 1986, Environmental Protection Act was passed. And also in the year 1972, Wildlife Protection Act was passed. So far 7 times Wildlife Protection Act was amended. The last time it was amended in the year 2022. To protect the forest areas, in the year 1980, Forest Conservation Act also passed. In the year 2010, National Green Tribunal was set up. It was set up to conduct a speedy trial on the cases related to environment. And the government also started many schemes such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan means Clean India Mission. It is mainly to prevent the open defecation and for solid waste management. This was started in the year 2014. And also Namami Gange program, this was started in the year 2014 to purify the river Ganga from pollution and to conserve it, rejuvenate it by spending 22,500 crore rupees. See, in the year 1976, by understanding the importance of the protection of forest and wildlife, the Parliament taken these subjects from state list into concurrent list. If these subjects included in the concurrent list means now both the state governments and the central government can make legislations on it. And here, through Article 48A, directions given to the state to take necessary steps to protect environment, forest and wildlife. At the same time, through Article 51A clause G, provided to the citizens a fundamental duty to protect and improve the natural environment, including forest, lake, rivers and wildlife, and to have compassion for all living creatures. But you see, here state can't approach the court against the citizens, and the citizens also can't approach the court against the state, because both 48A and 51AG are non-justiciable in nature. Another important point to remember here, see, in our constitution we have the right to life given, that is in Article 21 in the form of a fundamental right. But you see, this Article 21 right to life also included the right to live in a polluted free environment. Now I think you could understand Article 48A in a clear manner. If it is possible, please share this video as far as possible. I am concluding this session, so thank you very much.